Hey rail fans, fellow model railroaders and YouTubers, Penn Central 99 here, and today we're going to do a product review. Today's product is a Boley Department 187 HO scale replica of an FDNY engine. So let's go ahead and get started. The item comes in a very nice case. As you can see, it's got a plastic case. In the background there they have a nice image of the New York City skyline, and not only was this modeled after a FDNY fire engine, it's also dedicated to those firefighters in FDNY and probably across the United States and throughout the world because of 9/11. On the back here you can see it's got some writing, description explaining about the product and what they intend to do with the proceeds and why they did it. And on the bottom you can see here they've got specifications on the left side here of the real fire engine that it was modeled after, and it also talks about some other things in regards to that. So let's go ahead and get this out of the case, and we'll take a closer look at it. In order to open this, there's some tabs here in the bottom portion of this cardboard cover that the plastic case is inside of. So just pull those tabs out of their slots there and very carefully lift up on this. If you were to purchase one of these and you wanted to keep this on display or for other items, or as original as possible, just be careful in pulling these out. Once you get the tabs out, this will just open up and you can pull the plastic case right out of the cardboard shipping paper. Now this top plastic cover will lift right off of there because it just sits down on these slots that go around the base. So that just lifts off of there, and you can see here on the front, I don't know if you can read that or not if I hold this at the right angle, but it says right there it's a limited edition number 2374 of 10,000. So if you wanted to keep it on display in the case, that's fine. They put a nice little display case together for you. Now this engine is mounted on there with 2 screws. So once we loosen up those screws, that engine will lift right off of this base, and we can take a closer look at it. Okay, I've got the screws loose, so this will just now lift right off of the base. There you can see the base, 2 screws that are holding that in place. So we'll get this stuff out of the way and we'll go ahead and take a look at this engine. On the top side of the engine, you can see here we've got some roof lights for emergency warning. They've got a simulated diamond plate on the cab there, which is on a lot of engine these days to help protect the roof of the cab and the paint. This little particular item right here on this engine is an air intake for the engine that drives the pumper. This is a deck gun or deluge gun. This part does rotate, but be very careful when you're rotating or moving that part around, but it does move. This floodlight or searchlight or spotlight right here on the left side or the driver's side, that does not move. I'm really surprised. You know, they have the deck gun or the deluge gun that moves, but the searchlight or the floodlight does not move. That's permanently in place, so try not to move that around, otherwise you're liable to break it. We have the ladder rack here. More warning lights that are on the rear. You can see simulated hose in the hose bed. What you see here on the top or the black portion, that's the hard suction that's carried on fire engines in order for them to draft out of a lake or a pond or a swimming pool. some source that's not pressurized. As you can see, here's a little bit better view of the warning lights on the roof. These are red underneath that clear lens, and here you can see some of the other roof details. That's that air intake that I talked about earlier, the deck gun or the deluge gun, the searchlight or the floodlight. On the side here, you can see that the paint scheme and the graphics are really good and modeled after the FDNY engine. This is their standard basic paint scheme for their apparatus. You can see they've got the red paint with the white cab. They've got the yellow and white striping. On the back here you can see where they have labeled fire. Now down the side of this engine, one of the things that you need to be careful of that I noticed when I was taking it out of the box is you can see here on the front bumper they've got this silver rod. That is actually on an FDNY engine, and what that does, there's one on each side, you can see the other one over here. That gives the engineer a little bit better depth perception when he's driving the truck, so he knows where the bumper is. You can see we've got the pump panel here, and they have some color coding or some things colored on the pump panel to try and make it as realistic as possible. Here we have a simulated soft sleeve or suction hose where they would hook up to a hydrant to get water supply. On the side of the engine here, this is a hose that they use to fight or attack the fire. It is readily accessible. They use that quite a bit for fires. Here's the hard suction again that you can see on the side. One thing I did notice is that the axles and the wheels do move, so if you move this, there you can see the wheels and the axles moving. On the front of the engine, standard fire engine equipment, you can see the headlights and the turn signals. Here they have the extended front bumper. In that extended front bumper they have some hose to simulate the hose that they carry on a pumper. Here you can see these poles or posts that they put on the bumper to help the engineer with depth perception a little bit. You can see they've got some graphics for front suction and siren. There's the American flag. One of the things that I did notice, the headlight is not mounted perpendicular or parallel to the other one, but that's a slight minor defect there, even if you call it a defect. You can see they've got the side view mirrors mounted. They do not move. Take a look at the officers or the passenger side of the engine. Once again, standard paint scheme. Here you can see the other auxiliary side of the pump panel. They've got some more hose in there to simulate the hose that they carry. These are roll down compartment doors on the rear of the engine. There you can see the hose that they have in the hose bed. There's your ladder. On a real engine that would rotate 90 degrees and bring that down to the firefighter's level so that they could get it off of that bracket. Here we have some fire extinguishers that are located on the tailboard. Other little bit of graphic details and displays to help bring it realistic. On the bottom side of this, you can see we've got a little bit of graphics on here. You can see the front and the rear axle. You can see the transmission and the drive shaft. This little black line here is the exhaust pipe. You can also see here where it says limited edition 2374 of 10,000, which matches the writing on the base or the stand for it. So if you didn't want to take it off of the base and put it on your layout, you want to leave it in that base, you could do that. Like I say, it's a pretty nice replica and a model. I found this on eBay last week for 10 bucks and $3.50 in shipping. So for $13.50, I think it's a pretty good deal. Plus it's a really good replica of an engine from FDNY, and I think it'll look pretty good on the layout. Well, that does it for this product review, and as always, thanks for watching.